What's up?
Hey guys, I hope all has been well.
It's your boy Tom.
And it is Tim Money here, Tim.
We're back with our third installment of, we've come up with a name now, and it's called the TNT Show.
TNT, yeah, showcast if you're watching it on YouTube.
Get it?
And TNT podcast if you're listening, just a straight listener. Welcome to the show. And I'm actually really enjoying doing this, so even if no one's watching
or listening,
for those of you who are listening and watching, keep doing so, pretty please.
Stay up to date because we're going to pump a few more of these out as Tim comes back to, there you go, as Tim comes back into town. We'll be trying to get 3 out of the way while you're here.
Yeah, we'll try and get at least 3. Hopefully, you want to see yourself, bro.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool. So yeah, we're going to try and get 3 while Tim's here, and then while he's away at work for 2 weeks, we'll start. That's when we'll push them out, and then maybe what I'll try and do is I'll try and get some other people involved, people that I've met here, and a few friends that I've made, and you know, who knows what we can do with this. So again, we're still at the start and just trying to do something creative and fun.
Yeah, I'm going to try to do the same. So while I'm away on my 2 weeks mining operation, I shall try and get some of the miners. A few of the boys said they might be keen, so hopefully we can get some of that popping off, and you guys can listen to some mining stories, because that'll be pretty fucking interesting, to be honest. Oh. Message just popping in. Jared's girlfriend's texting me. How you doing?
Alright, so it being our 3rd episode, we're going to try and add a little bit more structure as we do more of them.
As we move along, like it's we don't want to ramble, pretty much. We don't want to just be rambling on about random shit and stuff that you guys may or may not find interesting, but where we want a bit more structure involved in it.
And so that, we know where we're going and what we're talking about, because sometimes I'll get lost and look up there and then find the answers and,
up in the
sky,
in the clouds,
yeah. But, to have a little bit more structure and to get a little bit more engagement, because what we really want is, to create a conversation outside of this, while we're documenting and recording and video recording and stuff like that, of the things that we talk about and so on and so forth. What we really want is engagement from everyone else.
Yeah, so we don't want it just to be like, oh, okay, let's just listen to them talk. We want it to be like a current so you guys can be involved as well. It's not just, let's listen to them today. That's like more of a, what have they got to say? Yeah. And these are my thoughts on that too. So we're aiming towards
getting an open dialogue with our listeners and our audience.
Yeah, our audience.
Not that we have an audience at the moment.
38 listen. I saw the other week 38 people listened to it.
Yeah.
Shout out, guys. I probably was 8 of those.
I was probably 10. So.
Shout out to the rest
of
the
20. Thanks to the other 20. Love you guys.
You guys are it.
So anyway, without further ado, we're going to start with a little bit more structure this time. As Tim goes away for 2 weeks and then comes back and we start recording, we're going to do a little brief catch-up of how things are going with the both of us.
Yep.
And so we called this segment, How You Been?
How you been?
Tim, how you been, bro?
So, I just got back from my first full 2 weeks on. So 2 weeks away for work, and the goal was to try to get in the mines and pretty much work my way in to get a new job, like, because I'm a cleaner. It's not the funnest, but it's alright.
But you're in.
It's pretty crazy. It was getting in, which is the hard part.
Yeah.
So I got in, which not many people do without knowing someone. So I got in, and since it's actually going pretty well. I've maybe got one job lined up, which I might I don't want to say too much about it in case it falls through, but like I've spoken to some guys and it's looking like a solid in with one of the bosses on site for another company, which could work in my favour. So hopefully that comes through. If not, I've made some real good mates with some of the boys drilling, and they said they might have the hookups. So that's two possible options, and it's actually going pretty good. The mining itself is, I'm not mining, I'm cleaning. I just clean up the mine site. It's pretty fucking repetitive. Nothing that like any of you guys listening, you could do it if you want.
But what's the draw of the mines?
The draw is the potential to get more money. Plus, like I actually think it's pretty cool. So fly in, fly out, which is already sounds like that's just something I wanted to try. Was flying to work on a plane, paid for flights. So 2-hour flight to Jundee mine. Accommodation paid for, got my own room, toilet, shower, all of that, and so free accommodation, free food, and there's like with the mines there's not much to do, so you live in a camp, and I pretty much go to work, do a 12-hour shift, and after my 12-hour shift there's a gym, there's rec rooms, there's a pool, there's squash courts, tennis courts, basketball courts, soccer courts, all of that shit, but I pretty much just gym, sleep. The Wi-Fi's not too good, so don't really watch anything on the internet, so it's just gym, sleep, work. Same. So it's pretty cool. Anyone who's like interested, I'm hopefully gonna get some of the mining boys to talk about it who are doing different jobs. But I think it's a real it's just a good change. Like trying something new like that is actually just super fun, Like not fun, but just like a good change as from being a plumber. It's like people would think it's a downgrade, but I'm actually enjoying just the change in general.
Just the change in environment, the change of pace,
all of that, bro. It's cool. It's cool just being on a mine site and being part of it. But hopefully I can progress and get another job on probably on another site. But
and what does that mean?
That just means
to get another job. What would that mean for you?
That means a lot more money. So at the moment I'm getting about $24.40 an hour. But because of the amount of hours I'm doing, I'm walking away with at least like pretty much about for a week I'm getting about $1,500 after tax. So that's
And keeping in mind that you're not spending any money.
And I'm spending no money while I'm there. So I literally come home, get the week off, and like living cost of shit is fuck all. So it's saving. But if I'm making more money, that'll be good. Hopefully I can save up a lot more, and I should be coming back with if I'm doing 2 weeks, I could earn up to like 4.5K before tax, maybe more, like depending on which job I get.
So every swing you get
every 2 weeks, so that'll be a good saving point. That's so you're spending no money, you get free food. The food's fucking ridiculous. The beers are cheap, and it's just a real good. It's actually going all right. First swing, it feels long, not as long as I thought it would, but it's worth it. I think it's just like if I don't like it, I can always leave. So it was just a good little risk I thought I'd take to try something new.
Sounds like you've been good then.
Yeah, bro, I'm going good. And how you been?
I've been good, man. And to be honest, I've been here in Perth for two months.
2 months.
Yeah, it's been 2 months. Actually, 2 months. Yeah, bro, it's been 2 months now.
Wow.
Fuck,
Just
that
2
time
months, bro.
Cheers, bro. That time's been so fast, bro. So fast. But it's been really cool. It's been a learning experience. But I'm super happy where things at the moment are. In the previous episode that we've just put up yesterday.
We put it up today, so we're at our new apartment.
Oh, yo.
If you guys are wondering,
this is at our new apartment.
We're actually sitting at our new apartment.
We'll talk more about it. But yeah, in the last episode, I wasn't really happy with my workplace.
Yeah, we spoke about that.
We spoke about that.
Our job and where you were at.
Where I was at with that, and I wasn't enjoying myself, and I figured I had some downtime. I meditated a lot, and I meditated on that quite heavily. And when it came down to it, the most important thing to me right now is to be happy.
Yep.
And so I quit.
You quit your job?
I quit my job. And I don't have another one yet. Yet. Being the keyword. But I feel fucking great, bro. Like, yeah, like.
So quitting wasn't the worst thing you could have done?
Nah, most definitely not. I think quitting was the best thing for me to do.
Why did you quit?
I think I quit because what I do in hospitality, that's what I love. This is what I want. That's what I want to do for the rest of my life. And the environment that I was in then, it wasn't feeding, the hunger. It wasn't, I wasn't getting out of it what I wanted. And to be honest, like anything you do in life, it's got to work for you.
Yeah.
And you can't stay around if it's not working for you, because what's the point? Otherwise you just get stuck in that, fucking...
If you start feeling like you're like, where's this going kind of thing. Yeah. This job.
So I quit my job, and I felt like it was like a weight lifted immediately. As soon as I quit, I felt great. I feel super good now. Training again, feeling good about that. And just, open to opportunities. I've got a few things lined up that I won't talk about either because, I don't want to jinx them and
that's the thing,
and that sort of stuff. But when they do eventuate, and I know that they will, we'll talk more about them as we do a few more episodes and stuff like that. So lots of things to look forward to. Feeling good, feeling happy, and most importantly, feeling like me.
That's the main part.
Yeah.
As long as you're you.
Yeah. Having that sense of me and sense of identity and knowing who I am and having the confidence to quit my job when I don't really have anything going.
Yeah, that actually does involve a lot of confidence, when you quit a job, just because you're opening yourself up and just like doing. You're taking the risk, but you're actually like being like, no, this is about me. This isn't like about the company or about money or any of that. It just comes down to this is me.
Yeah. So I've got enough money to pay rent for the next 3 weeks, month. So I've got that time to figure out what I'm going to do, sort out some work in the meantime. I've already got a few cash in hand jobs sorted for the next couple of weeks. So a few days of the weeks I get to go work behind a random bar, make some cash money, and that goes straight into my pocket, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
And then, through that, get to network with different people, and then see where it goes from there. See how it goes from there.
Job-wise, chasing the same job?
Still chasing hospitality, man, because that's what I love. Any sort of customer service, really. So I'm looking into, I'm looking at my options, and cocktails and customer service is what I want to do. That's what I want to do. That's it. That's what I love. But
that's the end goal kind of thing.
That's the end goal kind of thing. My end goal is I'm going to open a bar. Not just one, a few. And I'm going to have the dope space where everyone can come in, like people that are interested in what we're interested in, like minds.
Into our podcast.
You
come to our podcast, you get free beer. Just one.
Only Vailima. But so that's what I'm going to do, and that's what I'm focused on. But if other things, other opportunities arise, I'm not going to turn them down because it'll be just silly, really.
Silly.
Yeah, it's like you in the mines,
Yeah.
Maybe you take a step back to take a few steps forward, right?
Sorry guys, I'm just fucking with the mic trying to find where the best sound is, to be honest, so you guys can hear us properly.
But it's all good.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that's how I'm doing. Well. I'm doing all good, bro.
You've been good.
I've been good, bro.
There we go. That's a little bit better sounding.
Awesome.
I think.
Okay, should we do a cheer shot?
Yeah. What are we having right now? Do you want to show?
As we are in Australia, we went to
Australia, mate.
As we went to the Liquorland, our local Liquorland, they were doing a special, and so I thought to get something local. It is Bundaberg or Bundy.
Running with the Bundy.
Got any Bundy, mate? And we opted for the spiced version
I love it.
because we love a spiced rum.
I do actually love a spiced rum.
And so cheers to that. And cheers to all the listeners. And cheers to you guys.
Cheers to you guys, straight up.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty good, eh?
Smooth.
Yeah.
As I curl my face. It actually is pretty good.
That's fucking yum. Shout out to Bundy. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
But hopeful.
Hopeful for any sponsors that come our way. We are on the hunt. My laptop's went off. Lucky
Lucky we're not recording it. That's cool.
What else? So I wanted to. I got a story from the mines.
Oh, here we go.
Seeing as we're drinking.
Yeah.
So in the mines, when you're on site, they have at some of the mines we have a wet mess, and so that's pretty much a tavern where you can drink alcohol.
It's called wet mess.
The wet mess.
The wet mess.
Some people, like what the fuck are you guys? What did you expect to happen when you called it the wet mess?
Man,
It was gonna be a messy night, of course.
I'm not gonna name
All
my
day.
bar that, by the way.
So the wet mess is the tavern, and I pretty much don't drink while I'm at the mines just because I work night shift only. So the bar is open from 6:30 to 8:30 in the morning. So I'm not like
So you gotta wait an hour.
wait an hour and a half after I finish, and then like go and drink. So I was just like, nah, fuck, I'm not keen. And then one night I was like, it's Sunday, they have a Sunday church session. So I go to church, I was like, fuck, I might go to church. And that's pretty much going to have a drink at the bar. And so I went with some of the boys, met up with them there, and had my breakfast. Had breakfast, waited like half an hour or so, went on cardio at the gym to be honest. And then went to the wet mess. So it's zero alcohol when you start work. So I got there and I actually ended up drinking. And I was on the Canadian clubs. Yeah, it's just this. It was actually on the Canadian clubs, and I drank a bit. Had a couple. I think I had 5 Canadian clubs and probably 2 to 3 beers, maybe more. No, I don't know. But yeah, so I drank those. Got to about 9 o'clock, and I was just like, fuck, I'm out, cuz drinking with one of the boys, and he was just like, yeah, help me finish these. Down the beers. And I left, and I didn't have any. I had no food. Kitchen closes because the kitchen's open from 4:30 till 7:45, I think, or 4 o'clock to 7:45. Kitchen closes. I leave. I go back to bed, and just like crash out, feeling tipsy, crash out, fall asleep. Like just had to wake up. My alarm went off at 4 o'clock. Got up, had a shower. I was like, fuck, feeling a bit like groggy. I was like, oh fuck, should I eat some food? Should I drink some water or something? Drank some tap water, which is like a no-go, but I was just like, fuck it, thirsty. Drank some tap water. Went to have my dinner, and then before I started work, so all within an hour, had to go start work. I blew positive on our breath test. I'll put up a little video thingy of like the breath test thing so you guys see it. It's not a normal cop blow into a tube one. So I blew a positive, and my boss was just like, it's all good, mate. Like, what'd you have to eat? And I was like, I actually had some beers this morning. And I was like, fuck, this is fucked. And he was like, I'll give you 20 minutes and just sit it out, see, you can blow again and you should be alright. I was like, yep, sounds good. And then he gave me a call and he's just like, in fact, just go to a site because we clean up the medics and stuff. So he's like, go to site, mate. And you can just blow at the medics. So I was like, yeah, that sounds all good. So I'm fucking sculling water on my way out to the mine site. Like, it takes probably 7 minutes to get there. I was down in some water, like, fuck. Get there, I was like, this should be all good though, because I'm blowing in this little machine that doesn't really do anything. Got to the medic, she pulls out a proper cop breath test, like one of those full on, like, got the tubes, got a reading. I was just like, oh my gosh, this isn't going to go well if I got a positive on the little breath test. And so I blew it, ended up blowing at 0.2. I didn't know what happens there. So blew 0.2. She looks at me with like a real somber look, like, oh, you've blown a positive. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. She was like, yeah, that's a 0.2. So, okay, yeah, that's all good. And she was just like, yeah, you're just going to have to sit here and I'll just go talk to the boss, eh? I was, yeah, like thinking, who the fuck's the boss? Like, my boss? I don't know.
Yeah.
And then she told me, she was like, okay, come with me, you're going to go see the boss. I was like, okay. We went in and it ends up being the mine boss. So the owners of the mine who run the whole gold mine ends up being the big boss. I go into his office and he's looking at me and he's just like, oh fuck mate, that's pretty disappointing, you know, it's a 0 alcohol tolerance, blah blah blah. Anyway, if that's the case, usually they'll just send them home. And so
straight home.
That's just the moment you blow alcohol at a mine site and you're gonna go work, that's a flight home. Like, so you're on the next flight home. So he's telling me like, you know, like usually I just send people home, but I'm gonna give you one shot. And I ended up having been sent home, so back to my room, not allowed to work, had to sit out the night, and which is fucking boring to be honest, because like I'm tired, so I want to fall asleep, but you can't fall asleep
because that's usually your time.
Yeah, so that's my daytime. So if I fall asleep, I'm gonna wake up the next day, be awake, work the whole night, be fucked. So I just stayed up, had to watch movies, feeling sober as fuck by the way. Like by this time, just sitting around, bored as, and I was just like, this is so dumb. And I didn't have to, like I didn't hear from my boss or anything. He just said go back to your room. But I ended up calling up my boss and just apologizing. So like literally apologizing. I called him. I was just like, hey Craig, and he's like, how's it going, mate? What's up? I was just like, I just want to apologize and say like I'm actually pretty embarrassed and disappointed in myself for my for blowing numbers. Like that's not cool. Like I didn't mean to make the business look bad. You know, the company. That was just like my own personal fault. I shouldn't have done it, and I don't actually drink too often. I just wanted to apologize, like personally to you, if I made you guys look bad. And he took it really well. He thanked me for owning up, and he was just like, yeah, you know, it happens, and thanks for calling. Like a lot of people wouldn't do that. So guys, don't.
Moral of the story
is do not fucking, like I do not plan on getting wasted at a fucking mine site again. I'm just gonna chill it out and see how it goes.
But what I got from that story is that it's better to be honest and own up to your mistakes than sweeping them under the rug and not really, you know, not worrying or not thinking anything of it, and not, you know, going to your superiors and saying, hey look, you know, I made a mistake. I'm sorry.
Taking responsibility for like your action.
Own it.
Straight away, like my boss was, I think that's what got him, was that I didn't have to call him, I could have just shown up, but I gave him a call because he wasn't in his office, and so I gave him a call and I spoke to him and was just like, I am actually sorry, like this is no one else's fault. I'm not even going to try blame anyone but myself, like that was my problem, and I'm sorry to make it your problem, kind of thing. That's what it came down to.
Exactly. And I think that can relate to what I'm going through right now as well, whereas, you know, like I'm taking ownership of the way that I feel and the way that I'm going about my work, and that this is my chance, my opportunity, because I'm here in a new country. This is my chance to really have a crack at something.
Yeah, make it work the way you want it to work.
Make it work the way that I want it, not the way that everyone else thinks it should work, or, you know, the way that society, the societal norms of, you know, going to your job, and even if you don't like it, staying there because you need money, and you know, that sort of shit. And I think, you know, a lot of people don't understand that you're in charge.
You're in charge of what you want to do, of what you do, and like if you make a fault and like all of that, that's all part of it.
It's all part of living, man.
That shit,
exactly, right? You gotta own it, and as soon as you own it, other people will respect you more for that.
Straight up. Like I felt, I sat on that the whole night. Like I wanted to go to my boss straight away, but they were like, "Don't go to your donga." And I was like, I literally just wanted to go straight to him and just be like, "Yo, I'm fucking sorry for that. Like the fact that you had to talk to the mine boss, which is massive. Like, he was young, by the way. Fuck the bro.
Good on him.
Yeah, the bro. I can't say too many names because I'll get in trouble. But he was young, man. Like in charge of the mine, like young as in. He'd probably be 40 max, like to 45. Like, I'd say 38. Like he's running a mine site.
That's heavy. That's like.
I think we're the third biggest gold mine. Super good, in Australia.
Wow.
Yeah. So don't get on the horsey.
No. And another thing, going back to what Tim was saying, is that, you know, my mum used to say it when I was young, is that, you know, you're not just representing yourself, you're also representing the family. And I think that's what, you know, you go to your big boss, you know, and taking ownership of that to him, because you weren't representing just you. You know,
Yeah,
you're,
like
you're
of course you know you're yourself, and
Yeah.
you're like, well, that's just me.
Yeah.
No, it's
But you're also employed by someone, and you
Yeah.
know, you have the responsibility to act a certain way because you are these guys don't have to employ you, right?
yeah. Like you said, he could have just phoned me home. I could have had lost my job that day.
Yeah.
To be honest, doesn't fuss me. I'm fucking easy as. Like, but I'm glad that
Yeah.
he didn't. Like,
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it. Not enjoying it, but I'm just enjoying the change.
experience.
And, yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. And I think you hitting him up straight away was a big deal for him because I don't think he would have.
Yeah, that's like the way he responded. Like, I don't want to say exactly what he said, but he responded in a way that like I could tell like there was gratitude in the way, like the fact that I had called him, spoke to him. He didn't have to chase me down or wait for me. Like I
Took
contacted him first and
Yeah.
just said like, yo, this is on me, and like I might be getting a written warning and stuff, but that's all part of the consequences, mate.
Yeah, consequences of your actions.
You know, sort it out, mate.
Sort it out to me.
Sort out your drinking problem, cuzzy.
What's that in your hand, though?
It's a vape tube.
Make nice, is it? Oh man, if you watch this video,
You didn't know I blow clouds.
You're gonna see something cool.
Fucking Cloudmaster. Talking about iCloud and shit. Fucking Timmy Cloud.
Oh,
Throw that data up in there. So that's another. It's quite boring on the mind. So I say you don't spend money, but if I like eBay,
Yeah.
I've got like 5 packages on the way.
Yeah.
That's boredom. But yeah, I got myself a vape. I'm actually enjoying it. I don't know how to use it. I fucking didn't know it needed batteries. I was trying to charge it today. I didn't even have fucking.
Doesn't have batteries in to charge.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Had to use. I've literally been Googling.
YouTube,
I didn't even know how to like settings. It was leaking. Had to go buy. I tried to buy AA batteries. Doesn't. It needs 18650 batteries. Never heard of that. So I got it all, and I'm getting sorted. The settings aren't on, but
And now you're ripping clouds.
yeah, bro. You don't even know.
You don't even know. Rip
You
those
guys,
clouds.
do you guys vape? Do you even vape?
What's your viewpoints on vaping?
Yeah. Like, does anyone else vape? Give me some. Does it? I'm fussing with a Vaporesso Revenger, the rainbow colored model. It's got a chrome setup, and I have the Buzz flavored. What is it called? What are they called? Liquid. I don't know.
Flavor. There you go.
Get your man's car outside.
Man. Your man's fuck. He rolling. That's for sure.
So yeah, got myself a vape.
Ripping clouds.
You know what's funny?
What?
When you do that, like anyone who like, even when you have a shisha,
Yeah.
and you're like, you have that smoke thing in your thing, and then you're like you talk with like a little funny voice, you're like, how's it going?
Yeah.
Oh, how's it going?
Vape Nation.
Yeah, anyone who's vaping, bro, let me know like on what the settings mean and shit. I'm googling,
Teach Tim because he's a noob.
bro, noob as
Let him know how.
Like-
let him know how to do it.
a whole new level. Like when you're trying to charge a vape that doesn't have batteries in it, you already know like that
Yeah.
you're not fucking meant to do this shit.
You ain't ready. Should we go on to the next segment?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next segment, we want to talk about things that are current and relevant. So current events, things that are going on right now, things that we're seeing that are becoming prevalent or more commonly used. So this segment.
I just trying to vape without pushing the button.
Oh.
Anyone watching the video will see that.
Noob. Anyway, so the segment's called "What's the Haps?"
What's the haps? Melvin, hopefully Millie Mel's, follow him on SoundCloud.
Make some
those
dope
beats.
Make some dope beats.
Drop some flows, G. I drop those freestyles while I'm sweeping.
All day. So the bro, if you can,
Help us out.
help us out. Anyway, what's the haps? What's the haps with you, bro?
What's the
What you
haps?
got?
My current event.
What's your new?
My laptop turned off, so my current event's gone.
Okay. Well, I'll go with mine.
Okay. What's
Recent,
the haps, Tom?
So the haps recently for me, since I've got a lot of time on my hands, I've been getting back into sport and watching lots of NBA at the moment because it's that time of the year. Recently, as in yesterday, Kobe Bryant, who retired last year from NBA after 20 years in the association. Is there a system, or is there a way that, you know, because that's a big honor, man. Like, no one else is ever gonna wear your.
Yeah, I know. Like, what if you're like, that's my shit right there, number 8. Like, I just ripped through the,
I was like, right.
the college scene at number 8. That's part of me right now.
Exactly.
Is that just the team or
just the team? So like the Lakers, nobody in the Lakers can wear 8 or.
Yeah. How often does this happen?
Not often. I think it's, you know, a few. Maybe once every in a generation, I suppose, and like
that's alright then. I was gonna say they've done it like yearly, then you're gonna knock out too many numbers.
No, but like, you know, like it's people, you know, people that
earns it.
Yeah, earns it. You know, they do something else for the game. Because like, bro, like for instance, like I get people that, you know, maybe don't follow basketball as much as I do, but you know, like when you're throwing shit in the rubbish, you still say Kobe.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Like you're just gonna be like, oh, Jordan. Yeah. But you're like, I've never watched the Michael Jordan full game or anything like that.
So you know, like he's the Michael Jordan of our era, because we grew up in a time where, like, when I first started watching basketball, I was maybe like 11 or 12, and then I started following it properly like when I was 13, 14, when my dad was like, saw that I was like super into it.
Yeah, actually.
Like, and then you know, like I got to see Kobe in his prime. So at what, 10, 11, he won 3 championships with the Lakers. 2000 to 2002. And then, you know, that's when he was like the Michael Jordan of
the guy.
Yeah, of that, you know, like everyone, like, you know, you think of basketball and you associate basketball with Kobe Bryant or vice versa, you know, like they come hand in hand, part and parcel of each other. So like when someone says basketball, like you think, oh, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, that's true.
Kobe Bryant, you know, like in rugby.
Yeah, what are they doing to? I think it's just the caps, eh?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Does anyone know? Like,
yeah, is anybody rugby conscious?
Like, because like I'd be interested, because like I know in New Zealand, Richie McCaw is like a god, right?
Yeah, fuck, you know.
Like
that guy could go for prime minister and he'd be like, just let it bolt, just in the art and you out of here. Richie's got us.
Like he declined a knighthood.
Yeah. Why though? Why'd you do that, bro?
Because he's humble, bro.
Take it easy. Take that knighthood, cuz.
Call
me King Arthur.
King Richard.
Sit me at that round table.
King Richard, eh?
Can I get a sword with my knighthood?
Fuck, imagine that, getting a sword.
I'd be stoked.
I done thee, Sir Richard McCaw. And with this, I give you
Excalibur. Like, give me that sword.
But you know, like it's interesting because in America, you know, like people put those people on the pedestal because you know, they were great, and yes, they were. Like, you know, I think in rugby equivalents, Richie McCaw would do the same thing as Kobe Bryant in basketball, right?
Yeah, but he doesn't. I guess a knighthood, but that's not even like a rugby wise. All he did was like, Richie McCaw set the record, but then it's gonna like be surpassed at some point.
Or somebody's gonna do it, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's tough though, because like I think it was like 130 caps or something like that.
Something silly.
It's fucking insane, bro. Like,
when you're in the best team in the world, it's like you're gonna.
Like there's competition, bro. Like
you're gonna get the boot every now and then. The team rotates.
But that did. I think he missed like 3 games in his whole fucking 3 or 4 games. Like apart from sabbatical, the time that he got paid to go away. This
is funny as fuck, VP now. I feel like one of those wankers at the same time. No, they should though. They should offer something like that, where you retire a number or.
Maybe he got a street named after him or some shit. You know, like I mean, I suppose that. You know, the grand gesture of retiring a jersey in America would be similar to that of.
Yeah, that's true. Because there's like quite a couple.
Yeah, because I mean like the
people who get named street names and shit like that.
The sheer size of population
of the states.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is a good.
Just it's something that I think about. Yeah, because I was like, like I follow basketball, but I grew up in New Zealand where
it's not as predominant kind of thing.
And now you got
it's getting bigger though,
getting
with
bigger. You
courts and stuff like that.
Getting courts. I mean, like you got guys like Steven Adams, who's arguably one of the best centers in the NBA right now. He just signed like a max deal, 100 and something million over 5 years or something like that.
Can you, Steven Adams sponsor the show, man? Right.
Because hit us up. But like guys like that, and then like because we're in Australia, guys like Ben Simmons, who got drafted #1 last year, but missed it through injury. Started this year, bro, he is killing it.
Don't even know.
He's carving up, bro. He's from Melbourne, went to school, bro, straight Australia, bro. Like the guys from this part of the world are actually making.
Yeah, like the more it picks up, the league gets better. You notice that they're taking more international players into the NBA.
Yeah, and I think that's because the growth of the sport outside of America is continually getting better. Interesting. Just a thought.
Interesting.
Just a thought.
Oh yeah, need to figure out a way. Get something happening in New Zealand. Sort those players out.
Yeah, man. Because they need like when we think of Richie McCaw, like
we know that he's the greatest.
He's the greatest All Black that ever was, and not just
close to it.
Not just for the sheer amount of games that he played or the time that he was captain or anything, but the way that he carried himself.
Yeah, he done everything right.
Everything right, and I think above the expectation of the public. I think like people thought that he was going to be this guy. If you haven't read his biography or autobiography, I think it's a biography. If you haven't read that, read it because it's fucking good, man.
Shout outs to Richie.
Shout outs to Richie because like I think the way that he carried himself and like you get to understand his thought process and like how he approached the games, how he approached referees, how he approached different team members and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Man. It's insane to get a look inside of someone like that. Like inside their mind and their mindset.
I have to read it, I haven't read it.
It's a good read, bro. Like especially if you're into like setting goals and that sort of stuff. Because I think like he was really good at like explaining why every little step was important.
Yeah. Richie, eh?
Hell, Richie, cuz shout out Richie McCaw.
I don't actually have a current event because I lost mine.
Well, you good?
The current event that's coming up in Perth is the UFC.
Woo-hoo.
Because I like talking about UFC. And on the card we got Robert Whittaker defending his belt against Luke Rockhold. Which is it was supposed to be GSP. Anyone who follows would have known that it was going to be GSP, but he pulled out, and they're saying it's because of injury and stuff like that. He wants to stand down. Hey Bundy
man.
Sort us out, and we're drinking beer wise. We're not on the super dries right now because they didn't hit us back up. So fuck those guys.
Till they do hit us up.
But we still like your beer. I still down your beer.
All good.
On the Wild Yak. On the Yak, cuz.
Matilda Bay Brewing Company. They're from South Bank in Victoria, Melbourne. So really good beer. We're drinking the Pacific Ale at the moment. Lots of really refreshing, fruity
tasting,
tropical goodness.
Yeah.
Not too hoppy.
It's actually pretty good.
It's like I would say that it's a session beer. I could drink a lot of these and be fine with that.
Oh my gosh, I could just get fucked up.
Yeah.
That's the thing when you're mining too, cuz you get back and like I just feel like getting smashed.
Anyway, UFC.
So UFC's happening in Perth, and so Whittaker's defending his bout against Rockhold, which is going to be a super good fight because Rockhold was a former champion and he lost to Bisping, the last champion, who GSP beat. And so Whittaker had an interim bout. He didn't actually fight Bisping for the bout, but because Bisping lost his bout, GSP stood down. Now he is the middleweight title holder, and that should be a fucking sick fight because he's Whittaker. Bobby Hands, he's just got it. He's got the X factor. He hits hard, and he like game plan wise, he just knows how to beat the best. So it should be a sick fight. And on the card as well, there's a podcast that I've been listening to, the Halfcast podcast. Have a listen to those boys. They're both current UFC fighters. Tai Tuivasa or Bam Bam is heavyweight, and he's solid. Both Samoans. And Tyson Pedro is I think he's a light heavy.
Was he?
Light heavy or middle? Somewhere.
Middle.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah.
not as in like a batchy boy or anything.
But he's tall.
But he's tall.
Like 6'3", 6'4"?
Yeah, he's fucking built.
Yeah.
And he's quite well spoken. So listen to those guys. They're both fighting on the card. So that should be solid. And you got also Mark Hunt on the card as well. Which is the weird situation with that dude, eh?
Yeah.
So I think he's sitting at 5th or 6th. Well, I don't know. He's top 10.
Yeah.
But they haven't. So he's beaten dudes above him. But now they're like the last dude he beat. They let that guy fight someone, not for the title, but someone ahead of the line of Mark Hunt. And now they've got him. Mark Hunt's fighting someone below him. Yeah. So it's like because of what he's said and stuff. He's had like a bit of.
So there's a little bit
backlash,
a little bit of politics involved.
Yeah, politics with what's happening. So I think they're just trying to. He's got 5 fights or 3 fights on his contract left. I think they're just going to give him shit fights, so that he can't get a title fight.
Do you like? What do you think about his situation? Like for me personally, I'm not big on UFC. I like to follow it because it's a competitive sport and I like that. But I'm not like super involved in it. What I do know is that he's fought a couple of guys that have been tested positive for drugs. Yeah. And he took
steroids.
Yeah. Took exception to that, and has made his opinion fucking
very known name.
Very known. Like he's all over social, like big on Facebook, Instagram, always calling people out. What do you think about the way that he carries like himself? In and outside of the ring, but also the way that he's doing it socially, like on social media and stuff like that.
So great fighter, like Mark Hunt, bro. He could actually have a title fight and stuff. He's like he's in the running where he could knock any person out in the whole fucking world. But I think like the way he reacts, like he's like abusive almost, and I think he should sit back on that. He almost needs a PR where he like they put his opinion out there, which is super strong, but you can't just be saying like to your boss, yo, you piece of shit, you fucking cunt, you're making me fight, blah blah blah, like Dana White, blah blah blah, like you can, but like, and everybody's like, oh yeah, like fuck, you shouldn't, they shouldn't be doing that to you, like these cunts should be out of here, but at the same time, like, if you worded it a little bit better, I think the media and Dana White would process it better. Like they'd be like, okay, like this guy's sort of right, like he is right, really, that they should be being tested. He should be being paid out. Yeah. But yeah, I think just the way the way he talks, it's not helping his might be helping his popularity, as in like
with the people.
Yeah, with the people. But at the same time, I think if he spoke a little bit better to his employers. He'd be doing a lot better than he is now, because at the moment they're just going to sideline him, man.
Do you think do you think the way that he reacts to like on social media and the way that obviously like the wording you said, do you think that that's a direct result for
that's a reflection of his upbringing? I think like he's just the aggressive dude, like we all know those dudes, and he's from South Auckland, the same as we're from South Auckland, and like you get those guys like we have friends, who like
we got friends like that.
That will just that's just what they do.
They pop off.
I said it earlier. You say fuck you, they punch you in the face. Like there's no fucking
there's no thought,
anything. There's nothing.
It's just an instant reaction.
Like a boom.
Bam.
This is it. And like that's good. You can be blunt, but he needs to. Yeah. If he wants to keep fighting and get that title shot, I think he should do it the right way. Yeah. More than just being abusive over the internet. Yeah. Like I don't know, call dudes out for a fight. Don't bitch about the last dude. Like call proper people out for a fight and be like, I will sleep you, because you will, Mark. Yeah. You fucking will.
He's that fucking one who put a dude in.
Yeah. So he's fighting on the card. That should be cool.
Yeah.
The card's looking pretty good. I got tickets.
Yeah.
One of the bros might be coming. So that should be stoked. Hopefully, I'm getting the time off.
Yeah.
Especially like if I start a new job at my current job, I don't mind. I'll get the time off and go.
Dope.
And that is my current event.
Dope.
UFC, Feb 11th. Watch it, kids. Support your fucking local. Robert Whittaker is Kiwi. I think he's born in Middlemore. So he's a Māori but grew up in Aussie. So support both nations.
So it should be a good watch.
Should be a good watch.
Yeah.
I reckon he's got it.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. What else is happening?
What else is going on at the moment? It's Christmas time.
Christmas!
Oh, this year, I'm swearing again, this year has gone by so fast. I've been here for 2 months. And that time has just zipped by, you know?
Yeah.
I got here like October 17. And it's just passed by so quickly.
Flies, time flies.
Yeah,
Especially like even 2 weeks on, bro. That's gone. Like I'm just like,
That
wow.
went like that?
Yeah.
Go so fast?
Nothing. It's just the same shit, really.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
whoa, okay, back again.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's Christmas time. It's that time where, you know, everyone's spending time with their loved ones. Obviously,
Different for us because we don't have our family here or anything, so
Yeah.
we're no real Christmas plans. Have some food. I don't know, go beach.
yeah.
Hot as fuck.
Yeah. But you know, it's cool because it's your second Christmas away from home.
Yep. Third if you like count Brazil,
okay,
but
Brazil,
yeah, second consecutive Christmas away.
Mm.
So yeah, it's all good. Last year I was in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Had a real good one with some people we stayed with and stuff, worked with in Thailand. So that was sick.
Dope.
And this year around it's us.
Yeah.
That's my week off, which
Yeah.
I lucked out on. Got Christmas off. So that's cool.
Sweet deal.
Have some food.
Yeah.
Catch up with everyone.
Yeah. Have a few drinks, a few inus, inukas. And yeah, I think it'll be a good time. People, I've been seeing on social, like people complaining about the heat in NZ.
Bruh,
You don't know what.
you don't even know it.
You don't know.
Kazi.
Honestly,
It is hot. Like outside.
that's like, man, we were like, this vape was like coming out cold when we were
Straight up, we were vaping at the cafe. Felt rude there. I blew a cloud. One
into a girl's face.
So like I let it go and the wind blew it into like these people. I was like, oh, I apologise. I felt rude. I felt like a smoker, like a wank. That's when you slap yourself. You're like,
Actually,
don't do that.
I saw him do it mentally.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, sorry guys.
Sorry, and then didn't use the.
I was like, sorry, but I vape, G. If you don't vape, you don't know.
But it's hot. It's hot as hell here. 26 degrees in NZ, in Auckland at the moment. That's nice. That's okay.
That was that sound. That's a pretty chilly, like not chilly, but like that's an alright day here.
That's like a good day here. Like it's not too hot. It's pretty cool. Like you can walk around outside and be fine. Today we were walking around and I was sweating. I'm sitting down on this couch right now.
Yeah, I'm
sweating.
hot. Like we had to close the door and turn the aircon off.
Yeah, because of the noise.
Yeah, and it's friggin' hot.
It's so hot, man. But yeah, you don't know. Apparently here.
You don't know.
You don't know, man. Apparently here it gets to like in the
40s.
In the 40s.
Yeah, which just sounds stupid.
It's stupid.
I'll be mounting outside.
But it's a different kind of hot.
Black boy gonna fly. Black boy gonna get burnt out there.
It's a different kind of hot here, you know. It's dry.
It's dry and then it's got like this a little bit of humid stickiness at the same time, and it's just like oh. And we're gonna try DMT.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm excited, bro. Are you?
Yeah, I'm actually super excited.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, DMT is, I don't know if I can say it properly, dimethyltryptamine, I think it is.
Cool. Sounds like you got it.
Yeah, and it's hallucinogenic, so in the same sort of family as mushrooms. What is that? Psilocybin.
Yeah.
And LSD, all that same acid, like that sort of trippy family, but it's supposed to be more of so the traditional form of DMT trips that you might have heard of is ayahuasca, which is in South America. They managed to find these two plants which combine together, which is fucking silly. Boiled, cooked, whatever. You combine these two plants, it manages to like numb the senses, which would it's so in depth I can't even explain it. Do your homework.
We're super excited. Like me and Tim have talked about it for a while now, and just like the effects, and it's not even like
It's not even like a 4-hour seeing bunny rabbits fly through the sky.
That's not that sort of stuff. Apparently, it's like from what we've read and seen on heard on podcasts and seen on YouTube and stuff like that. Apparently, depending on your dosage, obviously it's pretty quick.
Yeah, like a 10, 20 minute, like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Like what you take is usually about a 10 to 20 minutes from what I've heard. Trip where you, a lot of people say that they see forms or deities, or you could say it's aliens. And so they say that they speak to these beings. And a lot of them report seeing a female form, which they don't say looks feminine, but it feels feminine. And there's this understanding and love, and just this greater like understanding of the world. But then, like as with anything, there's negatives.
Yeah.
So people say that they can have like a bad trip where they didn't feel too good.
But I think that's with a lot of anything that you do. I think it's all about your mindset, and like if you go into it with almost like you've got to go into it wholeheartedly, fully positive, right?
And accepting of what
whatever's
may or may not be.
I think that if you go into it with that sort of attitude, I think more positive than negative is going to come out of it.
Yeah.
But if you go for instance, when we were younger, like seeing like kids pop pills and do ickies and stuff like that, like when they're young, 16, but when they're like, they have no idea how to control their emotions
or any of that,
and they're not aware of what they're feeling at the time, so like they take it and thinking that they feel great, when really there's some underlying issue going on in their life where it's triggered straight away because
they've got problems or whatever.
And that's why you see a lot of I remember seeing so many chicks crying on their stuff when when it's supposed to be an upper, it's supposed to pick you up.
Oh my gosh.
You see some chicks having cries and that sort of
feeling down.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the times, because I'm not big into drugs, but I'm experimental with it, and I'm curious. I think I'm curious more than anything, and to try it at least once.
Yeah, that's a good trying it at least once. These drugs I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna try meth or
none of that shit. But
I'm real big on consciousness.
Yeah.
Exploring different states of consciousness.
Yeah.
And this is supposed to be the mother of all of those drugs.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try out some DMT.
See how it goes.
Let you know how it goes. Probably on the next podcast.
Yeah, the next podcast will definitely fill you in. Maybe we'll record it after this, after we try it. We don't know. Just gonna see how the ride is.
Yeah, how it goes. You guys should Google it. Have a look, see what you think.
Do some research, because we've said it before. In the first one and the second one is be informed. And the reason that we feel comfortable to be able to talk about this and to be able to to actually just try it is because we're informed about it. We've done the research.
We've done our homework.
Yeah.
It's not like we're just ooh, let's do some dose.
Yeah, no. It's not like that at all.
I'm not gonna go and buy some DMT and just because I felt like doing some DMT, because I heard it was cool and I tripped up. Knuckers.
No, and I think it'll be. I'm looking forward to the experience because it's different for everyone, and
sometimes people come back and they're just like, oh, I don't understand what happened. What is that supposed to mean and all of that.
But it'd be cool to get some, maybe some perspective. Maybe I'm not sure. Maybe I won't feel shit. Maybe nothing's gonna happen from it. But at least I can say that I've tried it.
We could have bought some fake shit. Who knows?
Who cares?
We're about to find.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll soon see. So I'm excited. You're excited. It'll be
super excited.
It'll be interesting to see how that unfolds.
If any of you guys are interested, try DMT.
Yeah, bro. Hit us up in the comments.
Mushies, I've tried. If there's an article I wrote about my mushroom experience, I can link that up. If anyone wants to know, just let us know. Comment it and I'll share the link about my mushy experience.
That was on the niche case when you were away.
Shout out to the niche case. That was dope.
Shop boys.
They're cool.
Those are cool stuff, man. Inspiring us actually to start this.
Yeah, Miller. Follow what's his podcast?
Fucking.
Sorry, Scotty.
We'll link it.
Yeah. Sorry, Scotty.
Sorry, Scotty.
But he's got a dope podcast.
Yeah, he does some cool stuff. So I mean, and he's they're very informed when it comes to sports, all things sports across the board.
Yeah, if you're gonna bet some shit, do it that way.
Yeah. So definitely follow them if you're interested in sports. They get heavily involved in cricket, basketball, rugby league especially.
Oh, rugby league, everything.
Everything, really.
Literally everything.
Yeah, across everything sports. That's
anything sports, hockey, all of that.
Yeah.
Got it all.
Yeah.
So
follow the guys. They're the fam.
Anyone got mates in Perth who you think would be interesting to talk to?
Yeah.
We'd be keen on a yarn.
On a catch up.
Just whoever.
Yeah.
Sit down and have a cast with us.
Yeah, that'll be cool. So
cast that line, boy.
reel them in. So yeah. What we got? Where we at?
We're pretty much done there.
Pretty good.
Any knowledge bombs? DMT could have been a knowledge bomb.
I think the knowledge bomb, the most important one right now, and you're more informed on it than I am, but I think the knowledge bomb right now is cryptocurrency, and that's hot property right now.
So cryptocurrency, for anyone who doesn't understand, it's a alternative form of currency which isn't like managed by the central banking system. So it's a form of currency that it's highly volatile. So it's going up and down, and at the moment Bitcoin's at an all-time high. I'm pretty sure. A couple of weeks ago, it smashed up from being about 5,000, 6,000 per one Bitcoin to currently sitting at probably about 22,000, 20-something thousand anyway. And there's hundreds of different currencies, and they're like it's becoming more known to people. I'm currently trading.
So how does it work?
Oh fuck! I'm not an expert, so like.
But like in layman's terms,
as it is, there's a. You bought these coins. They're like a alternative currency, as I said, but they use what the fuck is it? Can't even think of it.
Oh shit.
It's like the system is that it like gets saved to each kind of computer as it's traded. So you can buy some coin, and that's like Bitcoin. You can buy things with Bitcoin, like you were just saying.
Culture Kings.
Culture Kings takes
Here in
Bitcoin.
Australia now accepts Bitcoin.
So you can buy things with Bitcoin, but it's just like your standard currencies, except they're online and they're digital. So like trading. If I wanted to send Tom some money, I could send it now. Take 15 minutes max. Fees wise, I could be sending it to anyone around the world, and it might cost me like $3, $2, like something silly. Whereas international fees, you got to pay the banks. Yeah. You've got 3 days waiting periods and stuff like that. So they're becoming like ever more popular. And just anyone who's interested, like look into it. I'll try and get. There's a guy I know who actually knows a lot more, Lachlan, who's in Perth, and maybe I can get him on, and he'll explain it a lot better. He's way more up to date. He's helping me, and I've bought quite a bit, and then that's probably in the last month or so, just started fucking around, bought $20 worth, made I don't know how much off it, but at the moment I've probably made a couple hundy off my coin value wise, like not just Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and stuff like that. And I think it is the future. That like banks are going to end up having to, because they're just paper money. And at the moment we're paying with PayWave and our phones and stuff like that, and still getting charged like fees and all of that. Whereas like with these currencies, they take that away, so they're going to decentralize the banks.
So we're back in it.
So that coin is worth $20,000, and it's so 6 cents times. I can't even do the fucking math. But
for anyone that's listening and that has no clue what we're on about. So basically, you buy a coin, which is another form of currency online, and it's, if you're familiar with like trading stocks, it's similar to that.
It's a stock trade, except without you're not using foreign currencies or buying into companies. You're playing with these online coins, which in the end are going to be future like currencies of the world.
Yep. And so if I had $10, or say I want to save $100 a week, and then I want to put that into Bitcoin or whatever, cryptocurrency, I take $100 and I buy something like
a Tom coin.
A Tom coin. So I buy a Tom coin at what, 20 cents?
20 cents, 10 cents a coin.
10 cents a coin, and I'll say we'll still go with the $10.
Yeah, $10 is easier.
Yeah.
You sit on that.
So that's 100 coins.
You got 100 coins in 10 years, or like Bitcoin's 8 years.
Yeah.
So like within 8 years, if that coin was to go up, like I said, they're volatile. But like some of the coins are going up, like are sitting at hundreds of dollars. So if you bought 100 coins for 10 cents, now your coin's worth $400. That's 400 times 100. Like that's how much you've made if your coin has $400.
So
so you've got 100 coins that are worth $400, which you paid 10 cents per coin. You spent $10, and now you've got this coin.
Yeah.
Like, which is silly. So the first guy to buy something with Bitcoin, he bought pizzas, and his pizza, like they said that, I don't know how much his pizza cost in Bitcoin. It could have been like 1,000 Bitcoin or whatever, because he paid 1 cent or something like that. But they said that with his purchase of his pizza, if he had held on to his Bitcoins right now and sold them now, he'd have $100 million at least, because of the amount he paid in Bitcoin. And that dude probably, like, he spent that on Bitcoin, on a pizza, but he probably literally has like $1 million or something, because he didn't spend all his Bitcoin. He's an entrepreneur, if anything, buying a pizza.
So cryptocurrency is our knowledge bomb for this episode.
Have a look into it.
Do your homework.
Yeah. Watch out for schemes. There's some dodgy ones, but just have a look into it. It is the future.
It's interesting, very interesting to follow. I think for myself, Tim, you're already invested in it and seeing some returns on your investment.
Gains. Like you do lose money, but like currently I want to say I've made probably $300 to $400.
So you've made more money than you lost?
Well, nah. I've put in money, so I haven't lost any money.
Yeah.
So yes, so I've made money.
So your ROI positive, right? So your return on investment is
at the moment
positive. So you haven't lost any money at all.
At all. It could drop, but like if I sold my shit right now, then I'd make a $300, $400 profit over 4 weeks or whatever. But I'm just gonna sit on it, see how it goes. And I encourage people to have a look into it, see if they want to sit on some stuff. And yeah, cryptocurrency, kids.
That's it. Is that us?
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. So guys, just want to say thanks again for listening to the podcast, watching the podcast. If you're watching online on YouTube.
Subscribe.
Like, subscribe, all of that stuff. Share it, please, because we want as many people to get involved and to engage with us as possible. We want to hear.
Yes, please.
We want to hear different people's opinions, because it's not just us. We don't think we're like the bee's knees or the God's.
What you need to hear in life.
We want to be informed ourselves, but we also want to get other people's opinions and other people's information as well, so that we can then build our information as well.
Yeah, like get people in. If you know people, like we said, we want to speak to people who can inform us on new things, like and break things down better than we can.
Exactly. So I mean, like again, this is still our 3rd episode. We're still learning, so bear with us. But thank you for coming along for the ride. This is Tom.
And this is Tim.
Signing out.
Ciao. Thank you for listening. We'll just have a shot.
Shot. Cheers, bro.
Cheers, bro. Thank you, Bundy.
Show Bundy.
And we out.